What is Section 106? So, what is Section 106? Boy, well, the easy answer is Section 106 is a part of the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966. But that doesn't tell you much. The longer answer is it's a very small little bit of the NHPA, right? It's actually only 2 sentences, which is crazy. And I think what we want to do is we want to read these actual 2 sentences because in the archaeology world, you'll hear people talking about Section 106 all the time, and it sounds really massively complicated. The basic part of it, though, is easy. I'll talk about why it's so complicated in a minute. But here's the deal. According to the law, I want to read this perfectly, okay? And I do have to say, you guys, I looked this up and I found several slightly different readings of the actual Section 106 sentences. I'm going to read you the one that I think is best. If you see it a word or two different, that's not necessarily wrong. They're very, very close. But here we go. Section 106 states this. The head of any federal agency having direct or indirect jurisdiction over a proposed federal or federally assisted undertaking in any state, and the head of any federal department or independent agency having authority to license any undertaking prior to the approval of the expenditure of any federal funds on the undertaking or prior to the issuance of any license shall take into account the effect of the undertaking on any historic property. That's sentence 1. Sentence 2. The head of the federal agency shall afford the council a reasonable opportunity to comment with regard to the undertaking. There you go. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's Section 106. Now, when you heard that, you're like, wait, what? What is this? Okay, I've translated this, and then I'll tell you what my translation means. Here's what these 2 sentences say. Agencies and heads of agencies, listen up. This is what you need to do. Before giving money or permits towards any of these proposed projects, you need to figure out what effect your project is going to have on any important historic property. You need to have the History Preservation Council check out your project and tell us if it's okay or if it's going to screw anything up. Boom. Right? That's what it means. So what it's saying is if you're going to undertake any kind of project, and by project they mean, a big building, a big housing development. It can be anything, but these are just some examples. If it uses federal money, okay, or if it has federal permits that it needs, which means most projects, right? What you have to do before it's okay, before the federal government says, okay, you can build your project, you have to make sure to run it by the History Council, basically, the ACHP, and make sure that you're not like destroying any historic resources. What that means is like historic buildings, historic structures, historic archaeological sites, this kind of stuff. It's the history of the United States, the history of America, right? So we have to make sure we're not destroying our own history by building another Walmart. That's what they're saying right here, right? That's it. And that's really important. I think we all as Americans can get behind what this is, right? This has been around since 1966. But just reading that, you're like, okay, that doesn't sound too crazy. Why are people like arguing about this all the time? It's come up in the news. I will tell you guys, this is not the first time that this kind of stuff has come up in the news. Why are they arguing? Okay. What makes it so complicated? Okay. So you have these 2 sentences. But what they do behind the scenes with this is they then codify it into law, which means the bureaucrats come up with, how do we actually implement this? What is the implementation? What are the like nuts and bolts of making this reality? We can sit here and proselytize and go, history is great. We need to save history. Yeah, how? What exactly are you going to do? So in the law, they have codified it under a thing called 36 CFR 800. The 36 CFR 800 part, that's the long part. That's the 50-page document that says you need to do this by this time. You need to have these stakeholders do this. You need to make sure to tell the public, and they get a month or 2 months or 6 months or whatever it is. You need this group of people to come work here. And then the person developing the land needs to do this. And finally, at this point, this is when we can say yes, and you're fine in terms of the law, right? That's the part everyone argues about. It's not the Section 106 thing. So I don't want people to freak out, because you'll hear like, Section 106, it's gone, it's being lit on fire. Not exactly. Okay. Section 106 is just those 2 sentences. Those 2 sentences ain't going anywhere. It's the 36 CFR 800 part. It's how to do it. And you have 2 opposing forces, right? If you make Section 106 too weak, by meaning like, no, you could write it up on a single piece of paper, stick it on the wall, and nobody really, you could draw it, it's fine, do a little interpretive dance. You know, if you make it toothless like that, then you can end up having the history of the United States destroyed. This means archaeological sites are being destroyed. They're not being studied, or they're not being studied enough, you know, and you're just putting up your housing development, and then you're like, oops, yeah, there was an archaeology site there. I don't know. We just dug it up and ground it up and kept going. Right. And again, this applies too to historic homes, historic neighborhoods, this kind of stuff. Oh, we used to have Victorian houses here, but we bulldozed them all. Right. That's the rub on that way. So if you make 106 too weak through 36 CFR 800, right, you make the regulations like way too weak. It's too easy. But on the flip side, of course, if you make them too harsh, then development takes forever, or it never happens, or they can never get the permits, and it becomes very, very expensive through time, right? So there's that push-pull. You don't want to make it so onerous and difficult that you can never build anything. Because I do find that human beings like living in these things we call houses, and they also kind of like it when they're not too expensive. See, so there's this back and forth. And for us in archaeology, what I recommend is that we are honest to the law, right? And try and make good choices to make the law strong, yet reasonable at the same time. When you open up 36 CFR 800, because that's what's happening, they're opening up all the implementation part, trying to change it. Right now, they are trying to make it easier. As you go through it, if you really take time to go through the 50 pages, you'll see that certain stuff, for at least for my feeling of things, you'll find certain things on there that they're trying to change. And you're like, ooh, don't do that. That can really destroy the history of the United States. That can really destroy archaeological sites, and we won't know anything about them. And yeah, your building will go up a little bit faster, but boy, that's a lot of destruction. That's not very good, right? You'll find some. If you're honest with yourself, though, you will find 1 or 2 other parts where you're like, yeah, we probably should take that out or modify that a little bit. That is a little too harsh. I can see how that can be interpreted poorly, right? So the reality of whenever any administration is there to renegotiate almost or redo the 36 CFR 800 part of Section 106, it's a complex push-pull situation. You know that currently they're pushing to try and do, to my mind, is too development friendly, right? But at the same time, we just want to be honest with the law and not freak out, right? Really read through it. It's really interesting, and it's obviously something. The 36 CFR 800 thing is obviously something that has been tussled with for generations, because it's one of those laws, as you read through it, it's kind of awkward and stuff is moved around, and it's fascinating from that sort of historical point. So with that, that's what Section 106 is, right? 2 sentences. Isn't that amazing? It's crazy. 2 sentences. But from that, you get the laws that protect modern archaeology in the United States and the history of the United States for us as Americans for the future. There you go.